Overwatch 2 Stadium is set to release next week, and Blizzard gave some handy insights on how to win in this new game mode. Let's have a look. This week, Overwatch 2 is doing a preview event, where content creators like myself get to play Stadium early. I'll be streaming it all week at 8 PM CEST. Come join us. Now, my success up till now in Stadium has been rather variable. And that might be because most of my fellow creators are playing on a very different level. I'm just plaid, guys. But it's fine. I'm having fun either way. But yesterday, Blizzard dropped a blog post with some tips for everybody that wants to join the Stadium Madness. 4 key elements that will get you to Stadium victory. The first one being pick the right powers, which might sound rather obvious, but bear with me. See, powers generally add something to existing abilities. Sometimes it can be something really spectacular to watch, and other times it might be less shiny but more impactful. The trick is to pick combinations of powers that basically strengthen each other. Yesterday I did a video on which I kind of did a breakdown of all the items and the powers for Reinhardt. And throughout that breakdown, I ran into some stuff that will impact your performance even more if you combine them. The classic 1+1 is 3 thing. For instance, you could stack all of your powers on Fire Strike and basically make Reinhardt into a ranged tank hero. With Blazing Blitz, Impact Burst, and Magma Strike, you could set off explosions left and right. And if you add some items on top of that influence the range and the speed of your Fire Strike, and you're going to be cooking. So take your time to figure out all those combos. Or watch one of my future videos where I'll try to explain some. On top of that, think about the order in which you unlock them. You get a new power in round 1, round 3, round 5, and round 7. Just know that you might not make it to round 5 or 7. So try and find those impactful combos first. Alright, second. Items. Powers you get for free. Items, however, you need to spend some cash on. So you need to earn that cash, but I'll get back to that in a second. The fun thing is that you can sell some of the items you purchased for the same value. I've been making this mistake personally where I was saving up cash because I wanted to buy something bigger in the next round. That was just plainly stupid. You're better off just buying as much as you can and selling it in the next round, even if the items that you buy are not 100% useful. You sell your items at the same value. There's no loss, which is a small detail that I missed. I presumed we sold them at a lower price. Now, all of these items come in 3 rarities: common, rare, and epic, ranging from being cheap and less impactful to being expensive, but super impactful. And they are divided in 3 groups: weapon, ability, and survival. Heroes that are very weapon focused, like Soldier for instance, will find more stuff to use in the weapon group. On Moira, she will be shopping in the ability group. And then the supports might be looking at the survivability group if they're getting pushed a little too much. Now, in each of these groups, you'll find general items. Items that can be used by a lot, and in some cases even all of the heroes. Very general. Like a 5% boost to your weapon, that kind of stuff. But then there are the hero items. Those are specific for the hero that you chose, hence the name. And that's where things get a little crazy. You get the modifiers like Helicopter Orisa or Mei being able to spray in front of her and move faster. Things that come in handy or fun for one round, but you might want to switch in the next round. So these are items, you can sell them. And I think you should be selling some of this stuff. You need to be very flexible with the items. I'll come back to that in a minute too. But first let me pick up something I said earlier. You need to cash to buy the items, which is key number 3. Get as much cash as you can. We all start out with the same amount, 3,500 cash. And you get more cash with every single round that you play. The better you performed in that round, the more cash you'll get. I think that is something we all understand. That makes a lot of sense. However, there's a few extra ways to get cash. For instance, if you make it to MVP in that round, you get 1,000 extra cash. It says so on the screen. Took me a while to see that. But anyways, now we know. Second, and this is something we talked about before, there are the bounties. Enemy players can have a bounty on their head, up to 2,000 cash. If you kill them, you get part of that bounty, depending on how much you contributed to that kill. The thing is, something I did not know is that actually all heroes have a bounty on their head, and it starts at 300. So everybody has a bounty of at least 300. The thing is, it only shows up in the team bar when it hits 750 cash. So even if you kill somebody that does not have a bounty up there in the team bar, you get somewhere between 300 and 750 in cash. So how does it kind of go up? Well, anytime you kill someone on the enemy team, your personal bounty goes up by 75. So it keeps ticking up. Every time you kill someone, your bounty goes up by 75 until it hits 750 and you pop up in the team bar. In case you get killed, it drops back to 300. One extra thing you need to know is that if you get killed with a bounty of 300 on your head, let's say you just walked out of spawn, you get killed at that point, you actually come back with 200 cash on your head. But that way, they're kind of discouraging camping because you're going to be less valuable if they keep camping you. And like I said, they want more cash. Everybody wants more cash. And not only because it allows you to buy those upgrades between rounds, but also you get 1 extra max health for every 500 cash you gather. That way you can get 300 in extra max HP. And for tanks, it's even better. They'll get extra speed and extra strength for every 250 cash they gather. So yeah, cash is critical, in case that was not clear after this whole speech. Alright, key number 4. I referenced it a minute ago. You need to keep an eye and react to what the enemy team is doing. Look at what they're doing with their builds, and think about ways that you can counter them. I mean, this has been a golden rule in Overwatch since day 1. But instead of counter-swapping heroes, you basically make a counter build. And in theory, for almost everything that they can throw at you, there is a way for you to counter it. Or that should be the case. But you'll just have to be on top of things. You need to keep an eye on what they're doing. And you need to know what all of your items and powers do. And that, my friends, is going to take time. But if you keep these 4 keys in mind, you'll be climbing to higher leagues in no time. You might even get an extra skin out of it. But above all, just make sure that you enjoy the whole journey. In Stadium, it's the builds that make the difference. Figuring out what you need to do, gathering cash and getting your build rolling, then seeing it in action and it basically eat up the whole enemy team. That's what you do it for. So give yourself some time to discover the ingredients before you start cooking. And now I'm hungry. But tell me, what extra tip would you give to new Stadium players? Let me know in the comments. But now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons and YouTube members. You too can become a member over on patreon.com/theomnicpost and right here on YouTube to unlock exclusive rewards. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye-bye.